2014 has been an amazing year so far. It's been filled with challenges, with struggles, with development, growth, self-discovery, you name it. I've been on a roller coaster of life events. And it actually all started last May 31st of 2013, when I gave birth to my beautiful son, my son Diego. The birth of my son and all of the, in addition to the events after his birth, are what have made this year just truly remarkable and amazing and unforgettable. So what was it that happened? Well, after giving birth to my son, 3 months after giving birth to my son, I came back to work full-time. I found myself overwhelmed. I was anxious, I was stressed, I was irritated. I thought that I wanted to get a divorce and move away with my son. I was on the verge of going on a leave of absence, or at least I thought I wanted to go on a leave of absence. I didn't like who I was. My husband didn't like who I was. And for the lack of a better phrase, I was a walking bitch. I was not a very happy person. It's probably not what you wanted to hear, right? Well, I had to go through those events in order to be where I am now, which is what I'm going to be talking to you about. So today, specifically, I'm going to be sharing with you one of the steps that I took to become the empowered woman that I've always been, but I had allowed myself to forget who I was because of the current situation that I was in. My name is Brenda Cias. I have an MBA, and I'm also a certified health education specialist. And one of the steps that I took this year to reignite the passion within me and help me get out of this horrible funk is attend the all-day inspiration conference that is held during Women's Week, which is held by the North San Diego Business Chamber. There's 3 main concepts that I got out of the all-day conference to help me wake up and get out of my funk. Number 1 is know what you want and how you want to get there. Number 2 is be authentic. And number 3 is to get help. By the end of my testimonial, I hope that you'll be empowered and inspired to not only attend the conference, but more importantly, I hope that you'll have the courage to relentlessly go after for what it is that you want. And if you don't know, then I hope that you're empowered to go on a mission to discover what it is that you really want. So number 1, know what you want and how you want to get there. We all have a purpose in life, whether it's our kids, to teach, to help others, to make more money, to create beautiful art, whatever it is, we all have a purpose in our life. And we need to dig deep and identify what our purpose is. So ask yourself, what is your purpose in life? Do you even know what your purpose in life is? What brings you joy? What are you passionate about? What do you wake up thinking about? And what do you go to sleep thinking about? And just know that when we live a passion-filled life, we live a life with purpose. Susan Salka, who works for AMN, and she's an executive there, was one of the speakers at the all-day conference. And she couldn't emphasize enough that it's so important to know what you want and how you want to get there. She shared her story about how she created this blend between her work and her life. And it was all due to the fact that she knew what she wanted and how she wanted to get there. So she combined her personal passions in doing what she did at work and also with her personal life, so that she wasn't constantly going through this battle. Susan Salka also emphasized that you have got to know how your role plays a part in the organization that you work for. And also, it's equally important to know what the next job is, so that you're constantly striving to identify where you need to get better at, what you need to do to get to that next level in your career. Number 2, the second concept, was to be authentic. Know your strengths and be aware of your weaknesses. Be yourself and don't worry about what anybody else thinks. By being yourself, you can open up the doors to a number of different possibilities and opportunities that you probably wouldn't have gotten if you weren't being your true authentic self. One of the examples is from Kim Coles. She talked about how her natural humor and bubbly spirit allowed her to become the successful actress and comedian that she is today. She talked about how the moment that she wasn't herself, is the moment that she failed. And this hurt her career. So she talked a lot about being authentic and being yourself, and a lot of the other speakers also talked about that too. It's just to be true to yourself, be true to your strengths, and also don't lie, and be aware of your weaknesses. Number 3 is to get help. This one was huge. All of the women that were there at the conference, that you see them and they're extremely successful, and they have, 3, 4, or 5 kids, and they're executives, and they're successful, they're empowered, they're confident. All of these women shared that they got help. So whether it was checking in with a therapist about depression, or getting a mentor, or hiring a life coach, these women got help. Also, it's okay to not be okay. And as women, we need to empower each other to get the help that we need. And also, we need to share our stories so that other women feel or know that they're not alone. There's also this huge stigma regarding mental health and seeing a therapist, and also just around women being too emotional. But the reality is that it's not because we're women that we're emotional, it's because we're human. And so it's okay to be yourself and to get the help that you need to help you get to the next level. So to wrap this up, 8 months ago, I was so unhappy and overwhelmed, and you probably couldn't tell, or maybe you could tell if you know me, but I allowed myself to be vulnerable and get inspired by other women. One of the first steps I took was to allow myself to be inspired by other women by attending the all-day women's conference that was held during Women's Week. The inspiration that I took away allowed me to reevaluate what it is that I want out of my life and how I want to get there. It's also allowed me to remind myself about my strengths and what I truly enjoy doing. And most importantly, I've been empowered to get the help that I need. Since then, I've checked in with a therapist. I've seeked out mentors, not just 1, not 2, 3, actually 4. And I hired a life coach. It's been worth it. I've worked my ass off. I'm not gonna lie. But you know what? I'm genuinely happy about it, and I'm excited. I'm so excited for where I'm headed. And I'm not gonna lie, it's been scary, and at times it's been uncomfortable. And I've also grown several layers of skin as a result of that. But the really cool thing is that now I'm comfortable being uncomfortable. Sounds kind of weird, but once you get there, I think you'll understand. Now, get out of your comfort zone and either attend Women's Week next year in March, or get the confidence to get the help that you need. Identify where it is you need help and be vulnerable, let your guard down, and ask for help. So with that, again, hope you can attend Women's Week next year. It's in March 2015. And if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. Thank you.